Welcome back to Mental Health Week 2K16. Hey everybody! I want to talk about how mental illness has affected my life both positively and negatively. I think honestly all of the negatives kind of feed into the positives, to be honest. There's not a lot of negative things besides the fact that it is mental illness and it sucks. Maybe that's just because I'm a very optimistic, positive person. I'm going to start with the negatives because negatives are negative and I want to end on a positive note. So, the first major negative of mental illness is probably not what you're going to expect, but it's money! Money! That's one of the negatives of mental illness, at least for me. I have had to spend a lot of money because of my mental illness. Like a few weeks ago, probably gonna do a story time video about this, but a few weeks ago I literally paid $20 to take this bus home. I got on the bus, had a panic attack, got off the bus, and just missed the bus because I had a panic attack. So I wasted $20. When I was going through a really intense health anxiety, I would go to the doctor a lot because I would have panic attacks that would last until I got tested for whatever disease I thought it was that I had. So I would go to the doctor and get a bunch of tests done, like a lot, and that came at a really large personal cost. That's honestly one of the biggest negatives for me. Another negative is, I guess it just influences your entire life if you have a mental illness. And kind of like with every like chronic illness, it kind of is the first thing you think of when you're going to do something. It's, can I do this with this condition that I have, with this mental illness that I have? Because you don't want to get into a situation where your mental health is going to be really poor. I'm not talking about not challenging yourself, like if you're afraid of public transportation, like not trying to take public transportation more often. I'm talking like just in general. Like, okay, can I do these two things? Can I commit to these two things while also having this other thing going on? Or can I go to this place or like this party or this go out with these people after having worked however many hours? Or should I stay home and, you know, do some self-care? Also, I mean, just feeling bad in general is kind of a negative. It's not fun to feel bad. And also, I think that addiction can become a lot easier. Like when you're mentally ill, it can be really easy once you start doing something, like if it's self-harming or drug abuse or drinking, like it can really easily become an addiction. So that's kind of a negative. I guess we're going into the positives now, because it's just all of these are kind of changing. All of these are just kind of changing into positives. So basically it's a positive that addiction can come easier. This is gonna sound weird, but it's kind of a positive because I know that, like, it's a positive because I know what to watch out for. Basically, mental illness has made me understand myself and what I can and can't do better. Basically, my mental illness made me slow down, stop, and evaluate myself and my emotions and where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. So I got to find out more about myself, and I got to know myself better. I got to know what I can and can't do. I got to figure out what areas I need to challenge myself in. Yeah, and I don't think I would have had that if I hadn't gone through mental illness. And honestly, it's just made me into the person I am today. And it also just made me more compassionate and more understanding of people. Now I can understand people who have mental illness because I've gone through it, and I can help people out, giving them advice just with my own experiences, like what I've gone through. That is how mental illness has affected my life. That's all I got for you. Comment below how mental illness has affected your life, positives or negatives, because I think there are both. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye everybody!